Welcome to sportsbarreview.com. I'm Flash and it's Serie A. It's week 37. We already know the champions, but second, third, fourth and even fifth are getting involved. I think there's massive value to be found. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again, which is a massive bonus because we've got Bundesliga coming up in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We've got the Preakness this afternoon. And in the middle of that, we've got NBA, MLB. There's so much for you to enjoy over here at SBR. I've got Alex and I've got Tam with me. Now, we've got just these 5 games that we're going to have official picks in, but I think we've all got different picks in these games, so we can go in depth. Also, Alex, I've got so many windows and that open because, as you can see, I'm working from home because that's the need at the moment. So, Alex, if you can get involved in the chat, don't over milk it and start saying hello to everyone. You know what I mean? They're not your friends. So that would be great if you can just help me out.
They are my friends. Everyone is my friends. Everyone is my friend.
They're your friends. They're your friends. They don't even like me. They just love you and Tan. All right. So anyway, Alex, what about yesterday? Oh, it was apart from just a dodgy old draw with Cagliari and Fiorentina, absolutely cleaned up with all the big guns winning.
Oh my God, and what a wait for Lazio, huh? 95th minute with a bang from Immobile. Huh?
And there was only 4 minutes of injury time and they scored in the 96th minute.
Oh my God, and what happened with Torino? Milan destroyed them. It was absolutely amazing game with Rebic scoring 3 goals in 12 minutes.
Good
Fantastic
player.
Game from Milan, yeah.
Yeah, good team player. Tan, you got to be talking about Milan. Obviously,
he's joking. He's joking, Mitch. Don't take him serious. He's joking.
Is Mitch having a bite up? Is he?
Yeah, he says what?
Tan, talk to me about Milan having to deliver. Not an easy place to go, Torino. But if you are going to go to Torino, then go with only 2 or 3 games to go when Torino have took their foot off the gas and they're on holiday.
It was unbelievable. The last time that Milan won with 7 goals gap in Serie A was in 1959.
Remember it?
Unbelievable. And it also they equaled the record, the all-time record in Serie A of away wins, 15, like Inter in 2007. But it's not only that. Possibly Torino were softened by seeing Cagliari and Fiorentina drawing in the afternoon, but still, seriously. And that is telling also about the boost of confidence that Milan had over the weekend by winning 3-0 at Juventus. 10 goals scored, none conceded. The first time since 1976 that Milan won both the away games in Turin with the 2 teams. But all in all, the massive news is what is unfolding this weekend for the Champions League fight, because there will be a lot to talk. Even if we have only 5 games, there will be a lot to talk. There is an unbelievable coincidence I'm going to tell you about having those games. Anyway, Juventus-Inter is always very hectic. But this time around is life or death for Juventus. Napoli are dreaming, but they are scary. Eventually, Milan are in this almost comfortable position because Cagliari, they are almost there. It should be very leveled, the game, because Cagliari had to fight for... he's still fighting for relegation, but possibly Milan could have an easier task. And it's also incredible because at the last round, there will be Atalanta-Milan. So, mamma mia, direct clash, incredible. But if Atalanta and Milan win already this game, no matter what will happen, they will be already in Champions League, and Atalanta-Milan in the last game will be suddenly with empty meaning, because in the head-to-head, they are ahead of Juventus. So they need to win, and their task is done. So super interesting.
Okay, I've got 2 things to say. First of all, Hendry Hen, I've got the chat up now, so I can have a little look at you boys giving me one of them in me back, right? Hendry Hen says, Inter has nothing to play for. Henry, they're the champions going to Juve. They have a chance to put their foot right down on them and make sure that they play no part in the Champions League. Do you know how long Juve have been sticking it into Inter? For eternity. So now Inter have got a chance. I don't see Inter getting beat, but we'll go on to that game. Secondly, Alex, do you believe that it's fair that Cagliari play a game early against Fiorentina? So after that result, I thought they'd all want to be playing, or they should be playing at the same time, because I think it did affect Torino versus Milan, and it was definitely in Milan's favour.
That game developed to be a 0-0, like they played for a 0-0 draw. Nothing happened in that match. And probably, the schedule
0 shots on target from both.
Yeah, from both.
It was like that. Like both of them had Tan playing centre forward.
The first game in Serie A season where there were 0 shots.
The only one.
Overall.
The only one.
The first one. Yeah.
It was like, remember when the two teams are qualified from the group stage of World Cup or Euro, and they meet in the final game, and in the last 20 minutes of the game, it's a draw match, and they pass around in the middle of the pitch, nothing happens, and everyone is booing them. Exactly, this was Cagliari versus Fiorentina. But I think that our preview was bad. I'm not saying that a lot of times during a season, because I was expecting goals. But after that, when I thought okay, they are playing for 0-0, 1 point each, everything gets solved, Both
but it was an in-play job. It was an in-play job. You knew that 10, if you were on over or you was on one of the teams to win, after 10 minutes of the game, you knew to get out of that, and there was value to be had. I mean, it was draw half-time, it was draw full-time, it was under 1.5. If there was going to be a goal, it was probably going to be either a deflection or a bad back pass that went over the keeper's head. Anyway, listen, crack on, because there's... Go on, Alex.
Not only that, but you know how many yellow cards there were? 3. But those 3 came from just 30 free kicks, which is a low number in Serie A.
It's really low. It's really... Listen, the game was a holiday game. Go on, Tan.
But, Torino could have made badly their math, because it's true that they have 1 game in hand still. So they have that advantage, and that game against Lazio will be 3 days after Lazio played the derby, so they could be tired. But Benevento, we think that are done, but we will see that they play Crotone this week, and at the last week, they play Torino. So they could be still with chance to do something.
Do you think that Benevento will beat Torino in the last match? I don't think.
No, that's
not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that
I'll tell you what, boys,
they should have played for more. They should have played for more against Milan. That's not what I'm saying.
But listen, don't take anything away from the mighty Milan, because I said to you off air, Milan are the number 1 side with their back against the wall. When they've got to come out and produce and make sure that they do it, they jump all over you. The problem is when they don't play at 100%. If they play at 90% of their capabilities, they just become the good side of average. But as soon as they're at 100%, no one matches their athleticism, no one matches their work rate, and no one really matches their togetherness of closing the ball down. But listen, that's the mighty Milan. Remember, 6-1 plus 600 to be in the top 3. Come on.
And let's not forget Sassuolo missing chances in the first half against Juventus.
And the penalty.
Plus a penalty that they didn't.
But many chances. They could have scored 3.
Absolutely.
Mitch Kisset is saying, Lola, I'm pulling this for 10. Esteban, the records, please. This is exactly what Mitch... Esteban, the records, please.
Okay, Esteban, ban Mitch. Too early in the morning, but look at that. LOL. Okay, let's kick straight on. We're going to go with Genoa is our first game, plus 1,600, draw plus 600, and Atalanta minus 400. The away side wins. How do we get the value? And I tell you straight away, I make no bones about it. They're going in my parlay, Alex.
Yeah, I think that Genoa were a bit lucky against Bologna. They were clinical, very good for them. But Bologna missed crazy chances because I saw the replay of the match after we finished the show yesterday. It was unbelievable how Bologna didn't find the back of the net yesterday. Unbelievable. It was just one of those days, that you have 1 million chances to score and you don't. But anyway, that's not the point. I think that they were a bit lucky. With those 3 points against Bologna, Genoa can say right now that they are super safe. Nothing will happen. They will go on, play another year in Serie A, in the top flight league. After that, we have Atalanta, who are just 3 points above Juventus, so they cannot afford to let things slip right now in the last 2 rounds. I think that they will go all in, and I really think that they will win from halftime. They are too strong right now and too focused on what they have to do in the last 2 games of the season. Halftime, full-time for me, Atalanta at 1.72.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think they come out the traps. I don't think Genoa are going to be any type of match, and they give them chances that they gave to Bologna yesterday. They give them to Atalanta. They'll be 3 or 4 down at half-time, Tan.
Definitely. My pick, I was undecided between the two. In the end, I took Atalanta to win with handicap because...
what type of handicap?
-1.5.
Yeah, -2.
Oh, see? It's the last 2 rounds of the season, and he just learned the -1.5 on the Asian handicap.
Well, that's not what he wrote, though. That's not what he wrote. He
Go,
wrote
go, Tan.
Plus money as well, you know.
So it counts what I wrote, Flash, because I'm just dropping nonsense words without knowing what I'm saying. But Genoa...
I've been doing that for years.
In the
That's
past,
because someone else says it.
Genoa are mathematically safe from yesterday, and I think that they will enjoy that. Atalanta not only have to win, but that is clear also from the odds, because to go to the Champions League, but they strongly want to be second. Atalanta never finished second in their history at the second place. Also, they need to finish now the task, because not only, as we said at the beginning, there is the last day Atalanta-Milan, and you never know, but also next Wednesday, there is Atalanta-Juventus Coppa Italia final. So better to have done your homework on time. When Atalanta is winning, is always winning largely, and Genoa won't be that motivated. Easy as it comes, the handicap.
Yeah, and I've just gone with I've gone squirrel. I've just gone Atalanta -400 in a parlay. So I'm just not going to bother complicating it. Next game though, yeah, massive squirrel. But listen, it's not a single. It's a 14 parlay that comes to +388, and I cannot say if I get B, it's going to be travesty. Okay, next game is Juve +120. Who are you kidding? Draw +270 and Inter a massive +240. Tan. I don't see Inter getting beat here. Inter are champions. They're champions for a reason, and they're going up against a fragile Juve side that have to produce. Now, if they're going to produce, cool. Fancy leaving gaps for Hakimi. Fancy leaving gaps for Barella with his energy, and then Lukaku, if he plays up front, will just absolutely destroy Juve.
Here comes the tank. There are even today's news to be updated. Because, for example, not only it was already enough with all we have and we know about Juve and Inter and with what Juventus is fighting for and recovering and trying to hope and not to despair after winning in Sassuolo. But there were some more news. Yesterday, for example, and by the end of the game, Lautaro Martinez, who entered the pitch only after 35 minutes, was substituted for lack of commitment 13 minutes to go. He gave an evil look to Conte. He kicked a bottle of water away. Conte turned on him and he said, "You go sit, you fucking phenomenon." Lautaro then was wanted to have a quarrel with him.
I fancy I know who comes out on top in that one.
The teammates stopped him, and everybody said, "Wow, only at Inter they can have a brawl after being crowned champions."
That's perfect, though. I love that. I love that, Tam.
What happened today? Today they were doing a barbecue all together at Inter training ground. So it was just Antonio Conte style. But that's not enough. That's not enough. Because yesterday, a long night, at 3 a.m., police have stopped and fined Lukaku, Hakimi, Lautaro, and there was a fourth player, if I'm not mistaken, that were actually having dinner in a hotel and that left the hotel, where they were also invited because it was Lukaku's birthday dinner, after the curfew. Everybody was thinking, oh my God, now they are going to exclude them from the game. So Inter is going to be without half of the starting 11. Few minutes ago, Inter made aware, no fines, nobody will be excluded. They were in their rights. They just came back home late, but the restaurant was open until midnight, and they were allowed to stay there until midnight.
Yeah,
so
common sense prevailed.
For a moment, Juventus thought, wow, this is going to be good for us. Then no more. But all in all, because in the chat, there were people saying, as you mentioned, Flash, will Inter give it to Juventus? Will they? You have to remember about Antonio Conte. What happened in the Coppa Italia final? The Juventus president called him Dambes. Antonio Conte giving him the middle finger. Antonio Conte has completely fell apart with Juventus. He's the man who triggered this Juventus cycle. He's the man that can turn off the lights on Juventus room. Because, guys, if Juventus draw and Napoli, Milan, and Atalanta win, Juventus are out.
Yes.
Mathematically against Atalanta and Milan, with Napoli not mathematically, but they would need to fix their goal difference by 9 goals in the last game, which is a bit difficult. I know that Torino just lost 0-7 to Milan, but it's a bit difficult.
So where are you going with this game?
I'm going to the Alex Classic. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. It's going to be fierce, in my opinion. It's going to be
Is that
fierce.
cards on the table as well?
Also because, let me finish, also because, I'm done. Because if Inter lose this, I'm done. If Inter lose this, okay, everybody, because remember, Juventus is the biggest rivalry for Inter, and Inter for Juventus, everybody will say, oh yes, you are champions, but see, you have lost to Juventus. And we saw yesterday against Roma, they won 3-1, not even getting out of the third gear. We saw that they are just with that mindset. They won't give up. They won't give up. I'm done.
You done?
I'm done. Yeah,
That's a lie. You're never done. Alex, just a quick one. The bit I love about Inter is last week, Sanchez scores 2. They then get a penalty, and they give it to Lautaro Martinez. So, I mean, why would you not let Sanchez go and get a hat-trick? That's the togetherness that I absolutely love. And then they're scrapping, then they go to a barbecue, then they get arrested. That's just perfect.
Wimbledon.
Team spirit. Like that's perfect. Yeah, exactly, like crazy gang. But they are crazy. And their chief is crazy. And that's why I cannot see Inter taking their foot off the gas. If not, I fancy they might even raise it a level to stick the boot into Juve.
And we love crazy. This is what we love the most in football. We love craziness. And also our friend Sean MCK is saying that Inter are still very raw from that 1996 title round in versus
1998.
98, if you say they were robbed of the title that season. Sean, be careful because we have the Serie A god here.
Yeah, so, don't be making things up, Sean. You know what I mean? If you're going to talk it, you know what I mean? Get your facts right.
Yeah, I think that this will be a crazy game. I think it will be very entertaining, and cards are on are to bet on. I think that the line should be at 4.5, and I think that you should go easily over 4.5 cards. Yes. But I will indicate it. Yes, I'm pretty sure because you cannot be sure about this, but I'm sure that Inter will raise their game. They will go even better than what they played against Roma, even though they won, let's say, comfortably, because if they wanted to score more, they would have scored more. We've seen together that match yesterday, and it was just a crazy game, crazy game. That would have been easily 5-4, easily 5-4. So I think that the pressure is on Juventus and not on Inter. Inter relaxed, playing their style. I think that the fuss between the colleagues and between Antonio Conte will disappear till the beginning of the match. I was a little bit disappointed on Alexis Sanchez, to be honest, because he could have scored 2-3 from great opportunities inside the box, but he failed to, with the first touch, to do the difference.
But he got injured.
Yeah, he got injured, absolutely. But let's see how serious is this injury. So over 2.5 goals for me. I will not complicate it at 1.72. I'm not even going with the Alex Classic. Over 2.5 goals at 1.72.
And I'm not complicating it either. This is the second leg of my 14 parlay at plus 388. And I'm going Inter. Draw double chance at minus 150. I don't see Inter getting beat. I cannot believe I'm getting a price like that. There'll be some people that just cannot believe that. But listen, draw no bets, probably about 125, 130. So listen, I'm Inter all the way here. Next game is Fiorentina plus 500, draw plus 390, Napoli minus 190. Napoli, like we said a few weeks ago, they're creating chances, they're lethal. And I'll tell you something now, like I said last year with Milan, my bet for next year is going to be Osimhen each way for the Golden Boot. Alex.
For the Golden Boot in Italy, you mean, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so after that game against the Cagliari, where they had 20 goals, 20 shots on target, and they scored only one. After that, they scored 9 goals in 2 matches, and great goals. I mean, you could see that the creativity, and they just need to be clinical. And I think that you're right. Osimhen is the man to watch if he will not get injured.
And not to have a desperate opponent in front.
Yeah, and not to have a desperate whatever.
Desperate what?
Opponent in front. Like Cagliari was, because they played.
No, he's got all the attributes, Tan, listen, I put my reputation on the line. He's got all the attributes.
No. Yeah. We were no. I agree. We were talking about another thing. I mean, Napoli needed to be more clinical and also not to have a desperate opponent in front, in front,
I get
like Cagliari was.
I get that.
It was just we were just playing around with Alex about our sumo face-off.
Yeah, so Fiorentina, you've seen Fiorentina against Cagliari. It seems like they are in vacation already. I think that with Cagliari, they talked from the beginning of the match, okay, you don't touch us, we don't touch you, 0-0, okay, it suits us both, you know. But against Napoli is something different. And Napoli, I think that this is the time that they have to continue scoring and continue creating, you know. 2-3 goals on their own, I see them easily putting a great performance once again. And let's not forget they're playing Verona at home in the last game. That should be an easy win, in my opinion. I think that this is a little bit, let's put it like that, 10% tougher than the last match against Verona. So I think that, again, they will win with confidence and comfortable -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.92 on the Asian handicap. So if they win by just 1 goal, you will take your stake back. I think that is a crazy set of odds.
I'm just going Napoli 10, -190. Don't complicate it. They win the game. I love the way that Gattuso's got these boys. Keep going in. And you know what I also like, and I say this about nearly every team I'm positive on, they get bodies in the box, but they don't get bodies in the box and they stand. They arrive at the right time. And I really think that these will be a really good side next year. I hope a couple of little additions, but I think these are going to be a really good side.
I give you $100 now. I'm invoicing you $100 right now. If any of you can guess immediately what is the topic that Napoli fans are talking about right now. because I'm so sure.
Keeping Gattuso as the manager.
I'm so sure that you are
Simple.
never. I'm so sure that you are never gonna guess what
So
is
what
the
is it?
topic.
What is
What
it?
is your what is
How
your
many
call,
goals
Alex?
they will score against Fiorentina? I
No.
don't know, man. It
You know what
it should
you know?
be the easy part. It should be with Gattuso, like
No.
Flash said. But
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know what they
you
will
know
have
what?
for
You know
barbecue
what?
at the weekend.
No.
What?
You know what is the thing that everybody's talking about in Naples? The hotel where Napoli is gonna stay. And you know why? There is an incredible backstory behind this game and behind this Serie A day. 3 years ago, when Napoli was that close to win the title over Juventus, 2 games to go, the fixture was the same fixture had Inter Juventus and Fiorentina Napoli. Inter Juventus was played the day before Fiorentina Napoli. That was a massive referee blunder, like massive.
And not only that, they should have
Not only that,
played at the same time.
The day after, they play Fiorentina Napoli. I was there at both games. They lose 3-0 with Koulibaly sent off after 10 minutes. When he goes in front of mics, Maurizio Sarri comments when he asks, how can it be that you lost this game, therefore the title? Because with that game, they lost the title to Juventus. And he said, we lost the title in the hotel, meaning that the title was robbed from them and given to Juventus while they were watching the game at hotel in front of TV in Florence. Yeah. So now everybody's saying, go book a different hotel, don't be in the same one. And everybody's getting crazy in Naples about Fiorentina. That is not the only backstory. Listen to this. So
no,
Chiesa,
I ain't got time for all these stories, Tan.
No,
give us
seriously,
a hit, man.
Let him talk, man.
No, we haven't got all day.
What? That's the reason why we're here. Come on, are you serious?
No, well, listen. Okay,
that's what I wouldn't want to hear if I.
Yeah,
if
you
I
would. You
I
would.
Yeah, now listen to this. There is also another backstory that is incredible. So, Chiesa moved from Fiorentina to Juventus at the beginning of the season, right? Now, in the Chiesa clause, it's written because he was on loan with right to buy, but there is a clause to buy. The clause is whether if Juventus goes into the 4 Champions League spots, or he scores a certain amount of goals, or he plays a certain amount of games. So everybody in Napoli now is getting crazy because they're saying it's a conspiracy. Fiorentina will want to beat us at all costs in order to let Juventus get into Champions League and they get the 10 million bonus. So this is how crazy and hectic it's getting. But Gattuso so far has been able to protect the team from everything that was going on around. The criticism towards him, everything. So, in my opinion, in the odds, I told you in my prediction, Napoli to win. Now I see it's minus 190. It's very little, minus 190. Maybe I could even go in Napoli, half-time, full-time to be ahead, because if you check how Napoli won the last games, what they did was always to be very straight to the point since the very beginning. And if Napoli wastes time...
2.3.
That's great. And if Napoli wastes time, they might actually get freak out. But if they are straight on points at the very beginning, they win. So that.
Yeah, I'm going Napoli. Minus 190, stick it in. That's the third leg. Next game, though, I'm not bothering. I'm not getting involved in this one, but I can't see why anyone would go with a home side. It's Benevento. That minus 185. When did you ever, if you ever thought that Benevento would be at minus 185 at home? Draw plus 370. Crotone plus 550. Alex, I'm going to come to you again. Benevento got a win. Even that might not be good enough. But at minus 185, do you trust them?
No, absolutely. Not even in an accumulator bet. No. Don't even complicate it. Skip it. I don't understand. I don't know. Probably both team to score here and over 2.5 goals, the Alex Classic. But I don't know. It's so complicated, this game, even though Crotone are not representing a super opponent, or they're rarely finding the back of the net. After they beat Parma, they finished the gas. I don't know why should you complicate it and go to 1.5 on Benevento to win this match? Stay away, simply like that.
Well, it's on the list for a reason. So who do you think's better out of us three? Why is this on the list? Tan?
Of course, Benevento all the way. Minus 185 is very little odd, so possibly I would go here too with Benevento half-time and full-time. Crotone still have to play. Crotone are playing tonight against Verona. Obviously, there is not worth to spend words on how different the motivation is. And Benevento knows that they have that final against Torino in the last game that they want to play at least. At least they want to be there and say, okay. Also, it's true that now they have 4 points gap from Cagliari and from Spezia. But as we will see in the next game, if they win this, and also Spezia won't have it super, super easy. But anyway, if they win this, they still have something to fight for in the very last game against Torino. So it's not over if they win this. So Benevento all the way, you can go even half-time, full-time.
Okay,
Spezia,
let's move on.
Spezia, such a good game yesterday, Spezia, right?
Yeah, it was entertaining. Well, they screw it. They screw it because if they could have won easily if they would have been more clinical.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Last game, Milan minus 180, draw plus 380, Cagliari plus 700. Milan, for me, Tan, I've got, that's my fourth leg, plus 388. I've gone Milan, Napoli, Inter not to get beat, and Atalanta. If ever there was a 14 parlay at plus 388, you've got to jump on it, surely.
Totally. I didn't know about this parlay, but totally. Although with Juve Inter, you can never know, but yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be anywhere near them against the champions.
Now, here too, I go with half-time, full-time. Look how Milan won the last games. It was ahead at the half-time in all of them. Against Juventus, it was against Torino. Yesterday, they were 2 goals up after 25 minutes. Against Benevento, a week ago, they scored after 3 minutes, and it was their earliest score in the season. So this is telling you exactly the mindset with which they are entering the pitch. So it's true that Cagliari still are there and fighting for something, but see, I don't think it was wise the way Cagliari took the game with Fiorentina, because there was one thing I forgot to mention about Fiorentina Napoli. Fiorentina are mathematically safe after that draw. Cagliari aren't. So it had to be up to Cagliari to push and look for more, because Fiorentina were fine in that way. Having done all those math about Cagliari, I don't think has helped them, while Milan is going straight.
I couldn't agree more. I think Milan win this game far too strong. Get the job done. The pressure's on them. Go and deliver, Alex.
I think that also Cagliari are safe. Yes, they are just 5 points above Benevento. That is true. And probably for sure they will not win points against Milan. But they have the last match against Genoa at home. And even if they lose both matches, I don't see Benevento winning 6 points in these last 2 rounds. I think that Milan will put a great performance from the beginning of the match, and I'm going with the same bet, halftime, full-time at 2.1.
Yeah, I can't listen. I think that we're all on the same hymn sheet, and I love the fact that we've gone with 5 games. That there's something to play for in all 5 of them games. Esteban, can you stick up the
records? You want to come on the final thing?
I was going to say record. Official picks, please. Give me the official picks, please. Top man. So we got Alex's picks: AC Milan halftime, full-time plus 110, Atalanta halftime, full-time minus 133, Juve over 2.5 goals in the game at minus 135, and Napoli minus 1 on the Asian handicap at minus 108. Tan's picks. Juventus, Alex, classic -105. Milan, half-time, full-time, +120. Napoli, +105. No, hang on.
The half-time, full-time.
No. Yeah, basically it's Napoli at -185. Sorry, Atalanta -2 on the Asian handicap at +105, and Benevento at -185. Do not complicate it. Now mine is just basically Atalanta, Inter double chance, Napoli, and Milan just to win at +388. Now, 2-team parlay, gentlemen. Let me come to you first, please. Alex, who are you going for, mate?
This should be very easy, in my opinion. I think that that 4-team parlay of yours minus Inter draw double chance.
Really? You think that? So there's a 3-team parlay of basically Napoli win, Atalanta win, Milan win. Are you happy with that?
Yeah. I was going to tell you Milan ahead, half-time, full-time. But the option, that parlay without Inter double chance, I like.
Well, you both want to take Inter double chance out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't. Because it's.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary from a 14 parlay.
If you don't win, 90% they are out. So it's better not to put the bet out.
That's the bit I love. I love that because they've got to go and take the game to Inter.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Exactly.
You're probably right. Inter will not lose that game.
But it's not...
Exactly. Don't risk it.
All right. Okay. Let's not complicate it. Okay. If you like this video, please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you. And you'll know that Bundesliga's coming up in just about 45, 50 minutes. And that means...
There is a Derek Parra that was mentioning Tan Madness. I can suggest you, stay tuned for Bundesliga.
Yeah, okay, can't wait for that. Press the link in the description to take you to Alex and Tans and Martin Green's articles. And every sport we cover here on SBR is accompanied by an article over there. Even some sports we don't cover on video has articles. So enjoy Serie A this weekend. Come on, Inter, Milan, Napoli, and Atalanta. We'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Make sure to put a thumbs up on the way out, by the way, because I'm seeing a lack of thumbs up compared to the amount of people watching. You take care.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.